Oh my God, the misogyny on the internet, Blake Lively. What are you doing?
Very sloppy work from Blake Lively's lawyers, I have to say.
Blake Lively just got really upset after people in Hollywood told everyone about her sneaky plan. They said she was using stolen information, fake news stories, and a mean campaign against other people. And guess what? Her husband, Ryan Reynolds, was the one planning it all.
Meanwhile, let's ignore the fact that it's actually her husband who's doing all this power trip.
So here's what's happening. Blake Lively is supposed to be this perfect Hollywood star that everyone loves. But now she's falling apart. And it's not because her movie was bad, it's because people found out she was being fake. Let's be honest. Something always seemed weird about her. The matching outfits with her husband. The perfect Instagram photos. The way they talked like they were reading from a script. Everything seemed perfect, like it was all pretend. But now people can see through the act. And what's really underneath? A huge mess with lots of lawsuits and people in Hollywood rolling their eyes at her. Oh, and she's spending about $40 million trying to fix her image. Asterisk.
One well-placed insider, he told Blake, stop defending yourself and start fighting back.
Because yes, Blake Lively is now dealing with lots of court cases that are making her look really bad in Hollywood. And before you think these are just mean rumors, no way. We're talking about real legal papers, stories from people who work in Hollywood, secret court documents, and headlines from big news companies. This isn't your regular celebrity drama. This is like watching someone's whole career fall apart. And somehow, she's the one who started all this trouble. Asterisk.
They're saying, if you don't believe Blake Lively, you're anti-feminist. If you don't believe Blake Lively, you're anti-women, and you are a woman hater and a misogynist.
Let's start with the basic truth. Her good reputation is totally ruined. Done. Finished. She's not the nice fashion star anymore. She's the actress who rewrote movie scripts that nobody asked her to change and acted like a spoiled brat in ways that would make Lindsay Lohan from 2007 look normal. And this isn't just people talking anymore. Lots of people who worked with her are saying that both Blake and Ryan are terrible to work with. Not just difficult or moody, they're saying they're horrible people.
That gives me kind of hope that a lot of people are seeing through this whole scam that they're doing right now, trying to convince people that there was SH on the set and that there was actually a smear campaign.
The same Ryan Reynolds who made everyone think he was funny and humble. Turns out that was all fake too. People inside Sony movie studio are saying he's mean and tries to control everything. A Sony worker didn't even try to be nice about it. They said, and I'm quoting here, he's horrible, too. Think about how awful you have to be for Sony, a company that works with difficult celebrities every day, to say that out loud in front of other people in the business.
He's a horrible person. Both of them are horrible to work with. I was like, wow, she said that in front of a lot of people. And I was like, wow. And then my colleague was like, wow, we didn't know that because he's always been so nice to journalists.
People in the movie business really don't like him. And Blake, she's even worse. They say she took over the movie It Ends With Us, rewrote scenes, ignored other people working on the movie, and acted like it was her personal project instead of everyone working together. And what's crazy is this isn't just guessing anymore. Everyone in the business agrees about this. People who work in Hollywood are tired of pretending. The fake nice act is finally over, and what we're seeing isn't some misunderstood sweetheart. It's someone who bulldozed her own movie and then tried to sue people when they got mad about it.
Well, Ryan is a nice guy, that's what we thought. I did not know that people in the industry did not like him.
And then there's the PR spin, or should I say PR disaster. Because so far her team has spent over $40 million trying to control what people think about her. Let that sink in. $40 million on what? Not on lawyers to defend her, not on finding evidence. Just pure desperate damage control, shutting down bad stories, fake positive campaigns, and obsessive image cleanup. And guess what? It's still not working. And speaking of tantrums, let's not forget that her whole meltdown started because a few people dared to say she wasn't likable. Not that she was abusive or criminal, just that people didn't like her, and somehow in her mind, that was like lying about her to hurt her reputation. The same woman who built her brand on being relatable and real now can't handle the fact that the internet finally stopped loving her. Now she's acting like everyone is attacking her when really, She's just finally facing the same criticism that every other overhyped celebrity eventually faces. And what's worse is she dragged Ryan right into the mess instead of stepping back and letting the lawyers do their job. He supposedly took charge of the PR war, treating this legal mess like another movie script. He's out here planning mean strategies and making up conspiracy theories. Like this is some Netflix thriller. The only difference is no one's watching, no one's clapping, and no one's buying this act anymore. And now the big moment is coming. Her court questioning is set for July 17th, and trust me, if there's any fairness left in Hollywood, that day is going to be the most interesting performance of her career. No stylist, no makeup team, no Ryan writing funny lines for her, just her, a lawyer, and a whole lot of uncomfortable questions. So yeah, this isn't about a movie being bad. It's not about internet bullies, and it's definitely not about people hating women. This is about someone who thought they could cheat the system, use the media as a weapon, and bully their way into being liked, and now the mask is finally falling off. No amount of PR glitter can fix this kind of rot, and judging by how quickly she's losing control of the story, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole "it ends with us" scandal becomes the one role Blake Lively is never allowed to rewrite.
And then the Sony rep said, at least she's not as bad as Blake Lively. And then my colleague said, it's so weird that Ryan Reynolds is married to her. What does he see in her? She's so horrible. And then the Sony rep said, he's horrible too. He's a horrible person.
Steve Soit's used to be the kind of rich person that people actually liked. He was a quiet guy who flew on regular planes, gave away money like it was his full-time job, and apparently had no interest in fancy boats, private jets, or showing off his wealth. And yet, thanks to Blake Lively's court circus, he's now another burned-out victim in a story that has absolutely nothing to do with him, except that her big ego made him a target. The guy literally built an empire of giving. Since 2020, his Wayfarer Foundation had given a jaw-dropping $60 million to over 100 charities. We're talking about real causes, women's shelters, education programs for minorities, and spiritual centers. And what did Blake's lawsuit do? It didn't just cause him a PR inconvenience, it brought his entire operation crashing down.
She's interviewing a feminist YouTuber called Ofidoki, who I spoke about here on my channel before.
Why? Because apparently the world needed one more reminder that when a rich actress can't handle being disliked, innocent people always end up paying the price. Steve Soit, a man who promised to give away $2.3 billion of his personal wealth and had already donated $160 million while living like a regular person and driving a Prius, found himself dragged into Blake Lively's selfish PR war. His daughter was threatened with kidnapping, and his foundation, which helped hundreds of lives, was shut down, all because he supported Justin Baldoni and spoke out against Blake's lawsuit. This is what happens when celebrity craziness crosses the line into real-world destruction. Families scared, charities destroyed, and innocent lives messed up, all because a Hollywood star couldn't handle criticism. And the mastermind behind this chaos, none other than Ryan Reynolds, who supposedly planned this entire meltdown as if it were a movie set complete with storyboards, media angles, and scary tactics. Court papers weren't about justice. They were about silencing critics and scaring creators into giving up. But every attempt to shut people up has backfired badly, with receipts, leaks, and evidence spilling out faster than Blake's public image is crumbling. Even former friends and major publications are exposing the truth as Blake's lawsuit built on weak victim stories and illegally stolen evidence falls apart. Her court questioning on July 17th promises to be a brutal reckoning. And with her trial coming up, the internet has years to keep finding out the lies. The public is done. This isn't a witch hunt, it's a well-deserved reckoning. Blake's brand isn't being destroyed by haters, it's being torn down by her own arrogance, her husband's manipulations, and the endless trail of receipts. Even her crisis managers and publicists are turning on her, proving once and for all that you can't sue your way back into being liked. You can't scream "people hate women" to hide from your own toxic behavior. This isn't about justice, it's about power, control, and ego. And now, that empire is burning down in real time. If you're as sick of Hollywood's lies and manipulation as we are, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share this video everywhere. Because this story isn't just about one actress, it's about exposing the entire celebrity machine that thinks it can bully the world into silence. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.